Greetings, fellow Southern Cameroonians, wherever you find yourself. This is Capo Daniel, the chairman of PRAP, the People's Right Advocative Platform. Today, we will continue the conversation as this bad thing will happen for me, we then can burn our family compound for my two, for Nkwende, for Bamenda, burnt by our own Ambazonian fighters, the very fighters in way would only talk on their behalf, defend their integrity, teach them how to survive, protect them even when population do want rise up against them, because we owe that sacred duty for them. They don't come around for be a soldier them way, they don't get no value, they don't get no honor, they go kill for a piece of bread. They don't betray the very cause for which we stand for fight for, the common interest. The other day, we done publish the video about the death of Robinson, where they call Robert, one of our chief syndicate for Insa Bamenda. Now, big person, this one a person of the people. Now, number one man way they help this struggle. Because even when they want to go home meeting with due them, due them, now they record the boy and tell them, so they want to go home meeting. Now they will go to tell the Cameroon government, say, we'll not do so because boy, they be done talk so. Even recently, as for Gozang, the ADF would then key the man. Time where ADF be detoxing me people and come out for Gozang before they do one can drive the ADF. The Cameroon do, I remember this case where they force and say me then go back, go begin do open motor park for Gozang. Now this Robinson go fight they do them. Tell them say they no fit go begin challenge boy. If the Cameroon military want fight me, then go fight me, they no begin use na then driver them. Now man this way they fight for the people. They can't kill this type of person. Now a father, now an uncle, now a breadwinner for a house. He don't die. That picture will be put on the front page. Now one way stand for front market for the whole crowd. They talk for crowd about our population. If we don't turn fight, we will kill our own this type of people. Magistrate, the way they be there, they will fight me, they stay for Bamenda. When I visit that justice, his honor justice, Nchang, he go come back and stay for Bamenda. When I visit this Robinson family, go to stay for Bamenda. How many of these victims they run there for our town? We go wait me this were cancer, can't kiwi or because we fight La Republic. No. It is not acceptable. We no go run all town, abandon them for hoodlums them and thieves them, criminals them, smelling people. We will not do that. Any good Ambazonian fighter, your work be erased. This name Ambazonia will become a curse because of these hoodlums. What have we not seen? Even John Frundi, then deny because of extremism. Me they no bury for Bamenda. Where are we going? We must wake up. We must wake up, realize we get a problem in our hand. This problem no get nothing to do with politics again. Because for my case, the main suspect, now my own in-law, a wicked in-law we don't come from our family, they fight even Palava, that land that has with them born. The main suspect, and then the talks around yet make accusation because that boy, the way they do that act, we go catch that boy them. When I trust me, it go happen when I go know the truth because we must always stand for the truth. We not feel blame people them. Can't talk say now we will blame Ambazonian fighter them. We go blame some man or blame La Republic way. I already know the main suspect. The main suspect, they do want to beside one direct any man in anger towards somebody. But depending on the trend way they go on for my life, my family, the threat the way they don't make them, they fight even my papa a property them. Where they go, if you go pay the same boy them way, I understand the talk for them. If the fee pay, there is no reason. So long as na Ambazonian fighter, then they go do such a bad thing, burn people their family compound without any remorse. If the fee pay them for do them, that means say nobody no be safe now. The fee pay Ambazonia, they inside prison for Kise Seko. So we must come to the realization of what we are facing. Research that can be done. When I hear that justice, if it talk say, that boy they no be Ambazonian fighter, in the meaning say, these people do not represent Ambazonia. If talk na the same way the ambassador for European Union and talk him, or American they don't talk and researcher they don't talk him. This boy they need to represent we, the people, native people them. Then therefore their main motivation no be politics. They take advantage for this politics for the Kiwi. This past 2 years, them since we started the campaign for direct negotiation, how many of our people that have been killed by our forces just for a lab for Ntanka, for Bamenda, and Allah will come, how many of our own people they don't kill him? How many of their general they don't die? I mean, the one that will be known when a good one them they don't finish all. So the one the way they be stanced, they don't live, them walk. They not be wrong. They not be wrong. They don't proof for the war. Wait till it go on. So any man way in no one for here, that means something be wrong with you. We are aggrieved. We are aggrieved. But when it comes for the declaration of our independence, declared by Siseko Ayoktabi, may one man tell me any chances say that declaration will be recognized? I mean, one person. May one man tell me. We need to stop the fighting. It no go stop us for push our agenda. Our agenda for secure our public interest. It no go stop us for push up. And if we go on for fight, it no go be na the fight way it go keen and we. In whatever circumstances, in whatever quadratic equation, the fighting has lost its legitimacy. The fighting is a problem to our community. Today, I go play a phone conversation with Elad, one pastor for Germany, who I get conversation with he, a very popular person where people that know he. I will never me gonna hear those conversations speaks for itself. This is a time for us to reflect and to consider what is going on in our land. Listen.
I was watching this thing that you were talking about, that you built your family house in Cameroon. And yeah. No, wait, let me be honest to you before I even start talking, so that you know who is actually speaking. My name, because please one second, let me put my headphone on.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, Capo, do you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you clearly.
Okay, good. My name is I live in Berlin, Germany. Right?
Yeah.
And I want to beg. I don't know if you have time to listen to me.
Yeah, I have. I'm driving, but I'm half time out.
Okay, good.
Driving
okay,
like 30 minutes. Yeah.
And I don't have a problem if you record this conversation, because for me it's something that is very important.
Yeah,
and I'll start by telling you that I'm a Cameroonian. I was born in the Southwest Province in Boya. I went to Sase College for 7 years. I was in Yaoundé University in the 90s. And now I live in Berlin, in Germany. Okay, after I finished the university, I taught it there. And then taught also in other schools, put money together, and then I came to Germany. I've been living in Germany now for like 27 years or 28 years. You know. And I want you to understand this, because personally, I've been following this Amazonian thing for like since 2016, when I went to Cameroon to bury my father-in-law. That's when that thing started. You understand?
Yes.
And it might interest you to know that one of my best and childhood friends, my best friend and childhood friend, is Agbobala. And we went to Sase. He left Sase because he passed the GCA Form 4. So he left and went to Kaskuba. You know. And to let you understand that even Barrister Enyambe, who is in prison, is actually also one of my best friends in the University of Yaoundé. You understand?
Yeah.
And when this thing started in 2016, when I went to bury my father-in-law, I was talking to them. And I remember when they were driving from Yaoundé, from one of those meetings that they were having with the ministers, and I know the things that we discussed. You understand? Yeah. When Agbobala was arrested and all those things and whatsoever, good. Let me make my point straight. I want you to. That's why I was begging you that listen to me. You understand? I have never been for this Ambazonia thing. I've never been for it. You understand? Yeah. And which means that we are the people, one of the people that our mind not for them. And I will tell you, I can send you shots on Facebook that they put a cross on my head, and they even said I was MKPD, that I was my country people. They have done that to me. You understand? Yes. They said I was the one. You get the point?
Yes.
It's just that a lot of people know me and they know that was not me. And I want you to understand something. You know, this is what you people who are supporting this Ambazonian thing. You have never understood why some of us were saying that this thing is not right. It's not because we accept that what Yaoundé is doing is right. No. But it's like the method that was used was going to cause this kind of thing. You know, let me be honest to you, Capo Daniel. I would have, normally, if I was not somebody that cared for the cost of Anglophones, you get what I'm saying? I would have been very happy that they went and burnt your family house. But when I listen to what you're saying, of everything, you know, in as much as I don't support Ambazonia, but if they have to burn somebody's house, it's not Capo Daniel's house. Do you get what I'm saying? Yes, really.
Yeah.
Really. They shouldn't do that. Take note, I'm not supporting it. Understand me? I'm not supporting Ambazonia. But if it gets to the point where they start burning Capo Daniel's house, then I ask myself if they themselves understand what they are doing again. It's sad. I want you to get this, my brother. Understand. Because we have cried about these things. They didn't listen to us. Let me break something to you. You know this, you know Elad Kizito, right?
Yes, I know Kizito.
That is my big cousin. When he came to Germany, he was living in my house. Do you know that when they called for the Grand National Dialogue, I was in Yaoundé. They called me to go to Yaoundé. They paid my tickets and everything. And let me tell you why they did that. Because people don't understand why. I am a pastor in Berlin. And I was in a Cameroonian forum, which is called, how do you call this thing? I am Cameroon. And I was praying in that forum for like 2 years, like every day. Nobody knows me. I'm not a politician. So they called me to Cameroon to go to the Grand National Dialogue. That's not what happened. I'm a politician. And so I said, if there is a way to go talk, why not talk? You get what I'm saying? Yes. And you know, this is the mistake of what we have always made in that country. People run away when they call them to talk. And then the politics of empty chairs does not help anybody. Fundi made that mistake. Kamto has made that mistake. You understand? Okay, you Kamto, how do you want to become a president in a country where you don't have one seat in the parliament? You don't have any municipality. Who are you? And then people are still making noise today that will come to. So people, let people understand these things. Why is Biya continuing to be president in Cameroon? Is it because he's the most intelligent man? No. It's because Cameroonians are stupid. Capo, let you and I be honest. Let's be honest. Look at how this thing has ended. And as you say, I'm just listening to you now. I'm watching your podcast now today. That's why I'm calling you. Yes. And I hear the things you say. It's painful. Do you hear what I'm saying? Yes. Your own people cannot kill you. It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense at all. And that is
let me tell you something. Yeah. Let me tell you something. I listened to this guy today. How do you call it? Whether it is what do you call him? Deco, whatsoever they call it.
Yeah, that former
ex-convict. Yeah. No, let me tell you something. When the guy was talking, I almost cried. I almost cried for you. Because he was saying that. Take note, Capo, you talk to your brother tells you that it is Amber boys who came with cans of petrol and burnt your house. Take note. And this guy goes and makes a business. He says, no, it's karma for Capo Daniel. Maybe it's electricity wired out. Which means that what you are saying, that your brother told you, they are not even listening to that.
No, they are listening. They are listening. Let me tell you something. They are listening. It's not only my brother. The 3 people came with a bike. They stopped in front of a bar that is around our area. Everybody knows that bar. It's around A4 Street. Those are people I grew up with. The people saw them, came out. They kidnapped, they held our neighbor because our house is a gated house. We have several houses inside there. They held our neighbor at gunpoint. They took the neighbor to our house, asked the neighbor to knock the door. So there were multiple witnesses that came there. They were gunshot. The residues of those gunshots are there. The evidence are there. The 2 jelly cans were burnt. Also, the remnants are there. So these people, they know what is happening. but they don't have credibility, they don't have honor and respect. They go out to lie because they think less of our people. They don't think our people have brain.
Yes.
And then they make believe. They make believe. But what I want to tell you is that you have said a lot of things, and I want to address the things you have said. No one thing. Okay. We are all Anglophones. We are all people of Southern Cameroon. You can call it Ambazonia, you can call it whatever name you call it, but we come from that common administrations that the British government gave us.
That extraction.
Yes, we are all one. We have a common interest as people from that land. Since this struggle started, it was a radicalization campaign. I went to school, I studied political science, but even after that, I also have that gift from God. It's my nature as an activist. You know, we're in the kingdom of ants. There are some ants that comes out as soldier ants. There are some one that come as queen. There are some one that comes like workers. Yeah. The ones that are soldier ants don't need training to go and start protecting the other ones when there is a danger. So when this struggle started, the common law lawyers, it started with the case of with this Semak law that was enacted by brought to Cameroon by Paul Biya in French, and Harmony Bogba went to Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court tell him they cannot listen to his case in English because the laws are in French. Yeah, the judges were right. The judges were right because they were simply following the law. If the law is in French, anybody that comes to make any complaint should do it in French. It was unacceptable. So it is a systemic problem, not an individual problem. We all stood behind them, and when the consortium was banned, it required a protection. It requires the Cameroon government pull the first shot. We know that they were agenda for secession long before. They were also agenda for assimilation long before. You understand? No, but practically speaking, there was a trigger to our radicalization, which was the banning of the consortium, the arrest of the leaders. I'm not justifying, wait, my brother, listen now. No. I want to address a specific political part that you have said.
The fact is that you have told a lot of things. You have made a lot of points which are not right.
Like what?
And that's why I want you, following what you're saying, that sorry for cutting you short, please.
No, go ahead. When I
was talking, when I was talking, you actually listened to me, so I need to take excuse from you and tell you that I'm sorry for cutting you. You understand? Yeah. Okay, now you are saying that, there was this thing of the consortium. And let me be honest to you, because then I was very close to my friend. I don't know how close I am to Agbo Bala. You understand? Bala is a brother to me. He's not a friend, he's a brother to me. That is, even when Bala
I know, make your point. Agbo Bala is the son of Southern Cameroon. We know he's a leader. Whatever they say, we can count on what.
I don't want to go into that. I want to, like for instance, if you have friends who will tell you, I know Capo Daniel, we grew up together. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Those are things I don't know. I cannot get into because I just see Capo Daniel online. I don't know you.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying? Okay, good. So why am I making this point? Bala himself told me when they went to Bamenda and they sat down with Solomon Yang or whosoever was there then. You understand? And you know that these people came with 21-point demand. I was talking to them. I was talking to Bala and Eyambe. They came with 21-point demands, and the government accepted 18. You understand?
Yes.
And then, because they accepted, then these guys left and said no. They started bringing other things. You get what I'm saying?
We all knew that.
Wait. Let me land. Because now there are certain things you people used to say, which I want you to understand that at a certain point, people will not remain stupid. There are things that you have said which is just propaganda, which is okay because you are using it, was working for you then. But there is something, because you keep quoting the Bible. And I will tell you something about quoting. Be very careful.
No, go ahead. I was following the train of thought when you were talking about they gave 21 points and 18 was accepted and it wasn't accepted. Yes.
Let me continue. Yes. And then what happened? These people instead came out, and I have that video with me today. I've used that video to fight Agbo Bala online until all our friends were saying that, but Epa, what is wrong? Can you not call Bala behind and talk to him?
No, go ahead. Stay on focus because I'm driving to the work site. I'm meeting a client. So
I know.
A little bit fast.
Please,
yes.
let me good. Let me do it. Yes. So now, what happened? They did that. And then some other people now, okay, good. After when Bala, they did that, it was clear, yes, the government now went, arrested them, put Bala in jail and all that. And then till today, Bala is telling me that he didn't hand over anything to, how do you call these people? These two boys now, this one, Mark Barretta and Tap, yeah. He said they brought in a letter that he said he doesn't even know about that. He has never seen it. He came to Berlin. Him and me will sat down and said, do you know? He said he doesn't know it. You understand? So now that thing happened. And then what happened now? These people have been building something to fight the Cameroonian army with war or whatsoever. You know, these guys went and killed some police people or military men in whatsoever. And then a president comes back home and says that because you are fighting, you are killing military people, and then no country in the world, I've lived in Germany for long. If you just like only insult a policeman, you know what they do to you.
No, I get your point. I get your point. So they launched a war because the agenda was hijacked. I get your point. That point have been made and don't have a label about it. I will not disagree with you based on the fact that I know. I am aware of the content of I was one of those people who were privileged to have even a copy of those negotiations because we were following up the negotiation that was going on. So it has. You have to understand something as well. Before it got to that point, there have been an injustice done to our territory when the institutional protection that was put in the constitution was dismantled, and we were exposed to assimilation. Remember that the head of state of Cameroon, Paul Biya, have said that they have tried to assimilate us into the Francophone system.
No, that is not the word he used.
No, let me.
There is a difference. No, Capo. No, Capo used.
What word did he use? What was the?
He said integrate. He didn't say. He said
okay, integrate. Integration is against what Amadou Ahidjo promised in the plebiscite pledge.
Which is okay.
It is against it. So okay, listen to me now. Yes. At least I listen to you. Listen to me.
I'm listening.
And don't interrupt because I make a single thing you want to correct, because I listened to several things you made. I also wanted to correct, but I gave you the chance to finish your statement and flow. So I'll urge you to listen to me throughout.
No, it's okay. No, I will.
There had been injustices done to our territory as a whole. Our prime minister, who was duly elected, was minimized. His position was minimized by the head of state in Cameroon. He was in a practical, technical home arrest, because I grew up with Jongu Foncha as a young child. I would go to his house and harvest Nguaiba. There was always gendarme there. He was not really free. He wasn't a free man.
Yeah, true.
So there have been injustice done to our territory, and our people have been harboring these grievances. It's like they always call it that Southern Cameroon have been like a pressure pot. We had expression of this thing on how can we resolve this matter in several ways. Even Paul Biya himself has opened for the tripartite. The people he appointed for the tripartite, Simon Monzo and Carson Anyangwe, their opinion were rejected within debates. They were forced to come to the people and call for an Anglophone Congress, and they articulated their position in a document in the All Anglophone Conference 1 and All Anglophone Conference 2. And it was totally ignored. We had a declaration of independence as a result of that by a sitting judge who was still actively on Cameroon payroll. It wasn't embraced by our population. The whole agenda of secession was always seen as an extremist position. But you must understand that the frustration of our people was real. People like Pa Fongalafo, who was working within the Ministry of Territorial Administration, decided to resign and stand for the Anglophone identity because of those rejection. He has worked within the system, it did not work. Carson and Nyangwe have worked within the system, it did not work. So when Agbobala and Fontaine, they were doing those negotiations, people who were rightfully enraged or unjustifiably persecuted by the Cameroon government for standing up were already in the background. You understand? You have people like Ayabacho. Listen, let me finish. You have people like Ayabacho, Akwanga, who had run away from the country because they were tortured, kicked out of the university. Myself, Capo Daniel, I ran away from the university in year 2 because the Cameroon gendarme was threatening my life because I organized a school protest to protest between the imbalance between English and French in the university. So you had victims of this attempted integration. You had victims of this attempted integration who always knew that we cannot trust the government based on their personal experience. So these things were there, but they had never come to fusion, even during Frundi. Frundi rejected the secessionist agenda because he knew that there was a rational way to address this issue. And when that opportunity came, when the lawyers were doing those things, it wasn't just about the negotiation itself, but it was the treatment of our university students in Buea who rose up to protest, in peaceful protest, carrying peace plan. They deployed troops from the gendarmerie, from the Legion commander from Douala to come in there. He came in, did not even go to the street. He went to the student quarters and supervised massive torture. Listen, my brother. Honorable Weber, listen, my brother. Wait, give me just 2 minutes. I'll ask you, give me just 2 minutes. Honorable Weber, in front of the Cameroon parliament, testify as a witness that his own family member was raped. Nothing was done. So when Agbobala and the other teachers, the consortium, they were caught in a moment in history where the whole nation was saying that we want something even more than what we were asking. So the concessions they were making, they were having pressure from other people outside who were saying that, no, we had enough, it's enough. So the Cameroon government had played a role. We have played a role. A lot of water have gone under the bridge. Something that started as a peaceful protest, you have people like Tanganjipo who were instigating violence by going on RFI when the negotiation was going and saying very provocative language about our identity, about the problem, saying that this problem do not exist. So if we did not fight with radicalism, we are not even sure whether the promises made by Cameroon could have even been fulfilled because they lack that trust. Nevertheless, it is not time to be throwing blame. A lot of water have gone under the bridge.
It's not a blame game.
Because the head of state in Cameroon himself have instituted a national dialogue which have recognized that there was a historic injustice done to our people. Not just a solution, but they have acknowledged that this problem was legitimate. So it is time for the government to recognize that you need both parties of conflict, because once there is a problem, it generates into a conflict. Those conflicts are championed by parties to the conflict. Those who are leading the Ambazonian cause are party to the conflict. They are the ones who are engaged with on behalf of that struggle with the Cameroon government. The Cameroon government will not successfully end this crisis without sitting together with these leaders, without recognizing that these leaders themselves and the boys. Wait, let me finish. I'm finishing. These leaders themselves, these voices themselves, are all victims of a system and product of that injustice. When they stop to look at them as terrorists, when they stop to look at them as people who have misfired, but as victims of an attempted assimilation or attempted integration, then we can sit together as a country and look for a way forward. Otherwise, hoodlums like this so-called Fabiano Deco, who are idiots, who cannot even rationalize their own names, and boys who have taken guns because of these legitimate grievances, who continue to terrorize us. The other day, they kidnapped a sitting judge. Our brother Ewane, Roland, is still in Nigeria. The Nigerian people are coming to kill people in Cameroon. All these killings as a result of a failed attempt to solve this problem by the Cameroon government. They invited us in the national dialogue. We made a mistake. We didn't go because the leaders who be at that time, I had an invitation. They even sent me an air ticket even when I didn't accept the invitation yet. But the leaders who were there at those moments, I could not ignore them. I call Abobal, I call how do you call him, who is in prison now, Ayabacho. I call the other leaders to tell them I have received an invitation. How do we react? They say it is a no-go area. It's not. So the leadership in those days have also failed us. That is why I have emerged and decided to separate myself from leadership who are more focused on an ideology that do not serve the people. And I've come back with this, my group, the People's Right Advocative Platform, PRAP, to redefine and take back this struggle and our grievances to what it was really about. And I'm not alone. You have seen our work within the refugees. We have brought refugees together. They have expressed themselves. They say, we don't want this war anymore. We have over 14 Ambazonian groups who have come out and said that we don't want this thing. Yes.
Capo, let me be honest to you. Your view, you understand?
Yes.
I wouldn't know if you are honest about what you're saying or not. But the trend you are taking, I wouldn't castigate that. I wouldn't say it is wrong. You get what I'm saying? Yes. And I'll accept with you because you are saying a lot of things that make sense, which is I don't care how you put it, but the truth is it's a path towards peace. And what you're saying is that people are suffering. And the truth is, this suffering should stop, which is understood. You get what I'm saying? I buy that. It makes sense, because I know that you might be making a proposition, you might be saying what you are saying, but truly, if everybody meets the other one halfway, the problem can really be settled. You get what I'm saying? Yes, that is true. It's not. I will not stand here and tell you that that proposition it doesn't make sense and all that. But there is something you said that you have to understand that there are Anglophones, because there is something you have forgotten. There is a man in the middle, and the man in the middle is the majority. That's what you people fail to understand. There are people who are not talking. There are people who are not saying anything, and that is us in the middle. First and foremost, you are talking about leaders. Who made those people leaders?
My brother, you have to understand that I can assure you.
No, wait.
In my, I assure you, I can assure you that I speak for the majority of our people, because the majority of our people cannot speak for themselves.
Capo,
Yes.
wait. For instance, you have said that Fabiano Deku is just talking. You understand?
Yes.
And to face first, it's just another Anglophone like you who got up and started talking.
No, it's not the same. It's not the same. When somebody comes out and say that my family house that was burned, that it was burned by an electric shock, when there are evidence and witness testimony.
No.
He doesn't have credibility. This is somebody who have gone out and take videos and edited them. He doesn't have credibility. You can look at our track record. You can tell people who comes out and deliberately take advantage of our people. It's like you trying to say that Amazonian fighters who are kidnapping people are taking advantage of the struggle, and then trying to argue that people like Fabiano Deco is credible. That will you be contradicting yourself.
No, I'm not saying he's credible.
He's a thief. He's an ex-convict who was in prison because he was arrested because of 419. We know that.
Capo, you don't understand me. I've accepted with you. First and foremost, nobody has a right to go and burn your father's house. Because first and foremost, the things you are doing, whatsoever thing you are doing or what you are saying, maybe your father is not even with you. Why should you ever burn your father's house? And then, shockingly, the Cameroon government knows where your father's house is. Why did you not go and burn it? Why did you not go and arrest your father? You get what I'm saying? So I understand, and for me, 100% it is wrong. And if I'm calling you today because they burnt your father's house, don't you think I've been seeing your number online? Why did I not call you since you want to talk? For me, you guys can be doing what you're doing. But the truth is, I just knew that one day something will happen that will become so mad that even you, because now I listen to you and truly you are talking now like a reasonable man. Because to first fact, it's clear. Why are they burning your father's house? And even if they had to burn a house, is it you, Capo, who has been talking for them? It's not normal. You get what I'm saying? So it's not even like I'm supporting Capo Daniel for one thing. No. It's just because it's just rational that Capo Daniel is not a man that will go and burn their house. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Let's be honest. Let's be honest. It's people like us who say we don't want Ambazonia, someone like me that I put across my head that I am FKP. We should be the people to go and burn Capo Daniel's house.
I tell you, my brother, it's so bad.
We didn't do it. So if that is why, there are things that write-ups are made, that things are, and then let me be honest with you, Capo Daniel. You are somebody who quote the Bible a lot. And let me be honest with you. Do you understand? Do you know something? If somebody has his heart on something, and somebody who believes God, I've told people, Capo Daniel, I walk with my hands to make my money. I'm not the kind of pastor that wants to sit down and think that I don't even care. You understand what I'm saying? I'm the kind of person that go to church and tell people don't give any offering, don't do anything. Just understand the word of God. And if God speaks something, and I told them, I said, because this life that we keep telling you will not work. Let me be honest, when Pobia says it, people say, oh, because he's president. Capo, do you know nobody can divide that country? Nobody.
I don't think it's a debate. I'm not tied up in a debate of whether Cameroon can be divided or not. What I can only tell you that, listen, my brother, what I'm telling you is that I am concerned about the future of our people and their well-being and their development.
Capo,
That is
right.
my primary concern.
Capo, you are right.
The German was defeated. German was defeated.
No, wait, Capo.
German Cameroon was divided.
Capo.
So whether Cameroon is divided or not, for me, is just a ridiculous idea. The head of state.
Capo.
Let me explain to you now.
Capo, wait, I'm with you. I just want to support your point. Capo, your proposition is not wrong. What you are proposing is not wrong. Look, this is what I'm saying. It's not wrong. You are just saying that history has progressed. You get what I'm saying? History progressed to a certain point where there was Anglophone Cameroon and Francophone Cameroon. History progressed to that point. You understand? And the only thing you are saying is that let us live with the reality of what we have. Because history put us in a place where there was Anglophone and there was Francophone. Take note, Africa sadly has gone through colonialism. You understand? Because we are not even Francophone, we are not even Anglophone. That is the truth. You go to France, they will not accept you. Go to England. Can you not get on one day and go to England? Are you Anglo-Saxon? You are not.
No, we are. The thing
You
is,
know what I'm saying?
those things keynotes
No,
our statehood. Not even our. I'm not even an Anglophone. I am. When we say Anglophone, it doesn't mean about
fine.
English. I'm not an English speaker. I'm a pidgin speaker. When I
So-
speak
so-
English, it's pidgin
fine,
based.
Fine. So let's get this. That's why I'm saying that history has brought us to a place, and that's where we are. And we're just saying that this is where we are. This is what we have. This is the way we grew up. Because to face back, this is a country that has even when I was in Yaoundé University, I was reading English modern letters. Okay, my friends that were doing law, there was common law and there was public law. Because this country has these two things, which means that, and this is what Cameroonians should understand, that we have something that is privileging to us, that we can use to build a very strong nation. You understand? It should not divide us. It should put us together. That is the truth.
Yeah, that is
Because
what.
now
But you know we were together. You know that we came together in a plebiscite where the majority of our population voted for it. We came together where our elected officials sat down in parliaments together with French Cameroon. We were together.
That is true.
We have been together.
That is
But
true.
our founders who brought us together, they envisaged this conflict. They knew this conflict. They put in place constitutional safeguards to make sure that we can live together as a country. Those safeguards were dismantled, and the union today, we have a group of Cameroonians who do not even feel that that country belongs to us because of this attempt to integrate us in the French system. It wasn't supposed to be an integration. What we are saying now is that the initial point of conflict do not longer exist. Cameroon is no longer saying that we do not agree that there is an Anglophone problem. Cameroon is no longer saying that the Anglophones do not have a historic origin with their own sovereign state. They have actually acknowledged so by issuing a special status. So anybody who say that Cameroon could not have two people within that country is now even talking against themselves. Paul Biya can no longer say that. His supporters should no longer say that. But now, what I'm saying with my organization and the community of the vast majority of our people is that it is time for us to sit together and see how we can work out a new way that we can move forward. There is no way one side of this conflict that has been born, because this conflict has also been born, can impose or unilaterally bring his own suggestion. Even as big and powerful as a government is, the solution put forward by the government itself, they all have acknowledged they have negotiated with us. And Paul Biya himself has said that it is under his leadership that the negotiation took place. So we should now focus on speaking the truth, both to Paul Biya.
I want to help you on your political views. If you have been listening to me carefully, you discover that I'm not an enemy. I didn't call you to fight you. I didn't call you to insult you. I don't do those things that Ambazonians do. No. I called you to let you understand something that might help you to move what you are moving forward. You get what I'm saying? And I don't want you to make this mistake, because there's a mistake you are making. You are saying that the vast majority. You get what I'm saying? And be very careful with that statement you are making, because what you are saying there, that vast majority, you understand, you might be shocked. Because I discovered that even the fact that they went and burned your family house is not something that you reckon with. So there is no vast majority. Just know that you are making a point. And the truth is, you want people to understand where you're coming from. And let me be honest to you, Capo, look at this. You are somebody that you came with these people that even you yourself you are criticizing today. You came up with them. Understand that. And you are not just somebody that just came from the outside and started saying that this thing is wrong, this is that. Then people would have listened to you. But when you are talking, take note that there are a lot of doubt. Because, like, for instance, I see what they always quote. They say, oh, he was the whatsoever of Ayabacho. You understand? And I've seen things that they are put out there, and I listen to those things. And I'm like, but Capo, do you listen to these things? Because
of course I do, my brother. Because I've arrived, I have to meet a client now, so I'll have to go.
Okay,
but I thank you. The thing is that one thing you have said, I want to tell you something. We know this struggle. People can debate about who is the majority or not. It's all about an opinion. But what I can assure you is that the struggle represents the public interest of our people. Agbo Balai, who is your friend, was the leader of this struggle at one point. The struggle have evolved. All Anglophones have this problem. Not all Anglophones support the fighting. And the fighters are a minority. But sometimes people emerge when a public grievances. That is how society works. That said, I don't think it's a debate about popularity or not, or the state. The most important thing is that my childhood house have been burned down by Ambazonian fighters.
Nobody should do that.
Let me say, it has brought us to a point where you are talking to me. And that is what I want to happen to the nation. This should be an eye-opener for both sides. That if Capo's house can be burnt, if a sitting judge can be picked up, if Cameroon militaries are being killed, then we have to realize that there is a need to sit down again and have a reflection on how to move forward as a nation. And everybody who have their own voice should be able to convey that, should be inspired by my hurt, by the pain of my family, to be able to say that. The Cameroon military also burned Bengui Road. It is on video. But we are saying that a lot of water have gone under the bridge. We don't count dead bodies during a war when you are trying to make peace. You look for a way for people to come together for the greater good. Whether people are going out and making propaganda about me or not, it doesn't matter for me. You know, people will say anything about anything. But I think that
I know.
there is enough track record for me, for anybody who is willing to know the truth to know. And I believe the vast majority of people will know. From statistics from Google, I'm the most listened to Ambazonian activist, most influential Ambazonian activist. It is not for a reason. So I'm appealing to you and for everybody that it is time for us to call for a peaceful negotiation on both sides. In every conflict, you can identify the parties of war. The Cameroon government, led by Paul Biya, should take the primary responsibility to sit down and stop the rhetoric of calling people terrorists and isolate those who are actually terrorizing people. There are people you can identify who are terrorizing people, and discuss with the leadership. Even sometimes, even forget about this terrorism issue. They should be able to come again and sit down. We are leading the push for call for direct negotiation. Every Ambazonian leader now is talking about direct negotiations. We have come with a proposition of one country, two people, and we believe that it is an opportunity for the government to embrace it and for every Cameroonian to embrace the movement that I'm leading and the call that I'm leading for the Cameroon government to come. I wasn't just the deputy of Ayabacho. I was the appointed ambassador of Seseko Ayoktabi to Asia and China. I've been one of the first Ambazonian coordinators of forces on the ground. We should focus now on stopping the blame, stopping the rhetoric, and seeing that we are both having a common interest. Stop terrorism on both sides and end the war.
The people that you should talk to, the people that you should talk to, Capo, are those people you call the leaders of the whether Ambazonia was. Those are the people you should talk to.
I talk to everybody. I cannot talk to everybody. But even those people themselves, one side cannot make peace. That's why I say one side cannot make peace. I appeal to everybody, every Cameroonian. Like Androkia said, listen to what Androkia said. It is time for everybody to take their responsibility. You should know that you also have your own responsibility. But ultimately, those with more power should assume more power To those that have
Capo,
more is respected.
No, I understand
Yeah.
what you are saying.
And my brother, my client is there looking at me and is confused what this guy is doing. I have to check my business.
Capo, no, please, save my number. Call me. We have to finish this discussion because on a closing note, I will tell you this. First and foremost, I don't like the whole idea that they went and rent your family house. That is wrong.
I appreciate that. And I'm also appealing for those who feel bad about it to reach out and make a statement by supporting me to rebuild that house.
Don't mind.
I will send you my PayPal or whatever you can send me money to rebuild that house. And that should rebuild our trust. This is what should rebuild our trust. A lot of people have called me, including Cameroon. Some people I don't want to mention, and very top people of the government have called me. Majority of Ambazonian generals have also called me, and I give them the same message. This should bring us together. The fact that Cameroon government is calling me, Ambazonian is calling me, it should make sure that it means that we have something in common in this thing, and we should work on that. I'll save your number. Okay, my brother.
Yeah, okay. Save my number. Okay. I will call you. We'll talk.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, bro. God bless you. Love you. Bye.